YeNDoR'S WiLDCaT chat. Shout it's YeNDoR'S WiLDCaT chat. Shout it's YeNDoR''s WiLDCaT chat. Shout it's YeNDoR'S WiLDCaT chat. Shout with me and Todd on the microphone.
Me and Rod on the microphone. Folks, soon to be available on Apple Music. YeNDoR'S WiLDCaT chat theme song, right?
I called you Todd this time. You're Todd now.
Oh, you said Todd? Oh.
Whatever.
I'm Todd.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, this is your one and only. We are still number one, guys. Remember last time we were close to number two? Or we were number two. I think we may be number one broadcast in all of Taft, California. What? Yeah.
Amazing.
The class reunion broadcast number one. There's probably another broadcast out there that's better than us that doesn't do reunions, but there we go.
Yeah.
Welcome, you guys. This is my boy Chris Walter. And,
Hi.
I am Rod Edmondson, aka. Yeah, we have some people that are going to be popping into our lounge here soon. Yeah, I got to tell you, Chris. I used to actually only 10 years out of high school. I was always getting curious about what happened to such and such and whomever, you know what I mean? Like, wonder what happened to that guy. You always hear, you know what I mean? This is the broadcast. You find out what happened to that guy. See?
Yeah, there were people that I legitimately worried about, and I was like, I hope that person's okay. And Tina Smith pretty much knows everyone in Taft, so I'd always get a hold of her. Like, you know this person, you know how they're doing now.
You always, I mean, no, there's no judgment or anything, but you're always wondering how they turned out, what they did, what path they took. And now that, we're 20 years past, now we're getting, I won't say 30 years past. Past 30 years past. It's kind of curious on how it all landed, and if their kids look just like them or not. It's like, Chris Bandy has a kid named Mark, and doesn't really look like him too much, but he's a taller dude. Yeah, but he has my middle name, Mark. See,
nice.
So what's been going down with you, Chris? We have Band Wars.
Band Wars. I don't know if you can see it. Band Wars.
Oh, you got a shirt. You got Band Wars shirt on and everything.
Watch Band Wars on free on YouTube, paid on Amazon Prime. They just got picked up. Well, there's a side show called the Hecate and Ticker Show. It was picked up by a new network called PBMTV. It's a cross between PBS and MTV. It's like a new music television thing. And Band Wars Season 2 is going to be on that. So
gotcha.
Things are...
Yeah, and you know what? I think we played the intro to it last time we did a broadcast. But it's also on YouTube as well, right?
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. Watch episode 6. It's the best one. I wrote it.
But you're the voice of Band Wars in the beginning. Yeah, so all the bands get into an octagon and they hash it out. Is that what goes on?
Hash it out. Yeah. Well, they have band members do wacky challenges. Just it's kind of like
you said, Jackass,
Impractical Jokers and Jackass put together, but there's bands instead of comedians. So, yeah, it's fun. It's interesting enough to. I mean, it's familiar enough to be interested in it, but still different enough to make it cool. You know.
Yeah. No, that's fun. That's awesome, man.
It's
I was talking to you about it before we went live here. I was just curious of the turning point that you had whenever you got into playing music. Do you recall like someone happened to have a guitar there and then you just started playing with it and you started YouTubing it, or what?
No, it was always like my dad always had a guitar. He always played, and he taught me to play oldies, and it was really, like a lot of the old rockabilly stuff is so complicated. And when I started listening to the Cramps, they were simple and loud and just awesome. And I was like, yep, that's how I want to do it. And so that was probably the closest thing to a turning point, I guess. But
the Cramps, that's the name of the band, huh?
Yes, the Cramps. If you've never heard them, look up the Cramps.
I have to look them up.
Oh yeah, they're great. I'll send you a lot of stuff that they do.
My mind always goes to like, how did they get the name of the band? You know what I mean? The Cramps. So like, what do we call each? Someone had a leg cramp at the same time, and they're like, just do it, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't Motley Crue like they came in and the guy goes, "Well, we got a Motley Crue in here." Like they was like, "This is kind of a jagged crew here," and they called them Motley Crue. Like, "Oh, I love that name,
I don't
Motley
know,
Crue."
that movie The Dirt kind of they I don't think they were true to the story, so people I don't really know, but I guess they were supposed to be called Christmas at first. They were Motley Crue was originally going to be called Christmas, and the guitarist Mick Mars, he came up with Motley Crue.
I did not know that. See, we learn your thing on here every day, folks. You just never know. Hey, we have somebody popping into our lounge.
Already?
Yeah. Go ahead, and give him an intro, folks.
All right.
This guy. What?
There's
a flash. There's a flash. What? Folks, number 3. Larry Brito Ramirez.
What's going on?
Speaking of the cramps,
how you doing, my friend? Good to have you back.
Hey, fellas, good to see ya. Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you?
Okay.
You're not. Are you parked? You're not. Your eyes aren't on the road, are they?
I'm parked.
Okay. I'm like, because you haven't looked out the road in a while.
No.
Get to driving, you slacker.
Yeah.
How you been, man?
Good, bro. Doing well.
Good to hear you.
I just recently, in the past 3 weeks, relocated to Wisconsin. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll be out here for a little while. Yeah.
Is it long enough? Is it like are you doing a mission out there, or are you just in there to vacation this time?
No, it's just work. It's just work.
Just work.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in advertisement sales, so I've got to go where the business is.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So have you? How many of the states have you conquered so far? Because you were on a mission before, right? How many?
Oh gosh, yeah, we've gone to probably at least 23, 24 states, maybe more.
What? 23,
Yeah.
24. So about halfway there.
Halfway. Yeah,
I
we were supposed to be in California back in 2020, but we didn't make it. COVID shut us down.
Yeah. You know, the one state you're not going back to in a while, huh? California.
No.
You think you're getting sucked back? Do you think if you come to visit, you'll end up staying? Is that what it is? No.
Yep.
You don't have the itch to go back to Taft? No.
All
right.
No. I love my friends. I wish I could transplant my friends where I am. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But Taft is not for me. Too much. Just too many memories. Yeah, too many dark memories.
I was gonna ask you about that because with having people come on to the broadcast, if any of your past memories from the relations you had is like a triggering thing for you, or is it just something that you've overcome in your mind? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say that Taft is a major trigger for me. I almost feel like even with my mom and my siblings, when we talk about our experience, our lifestyle in Taft, it was a dark place for us. We suffered some major family losses or major family loss there, and even for myself, most people didn't know, I guess, all the drugs and stuff that I was stuck in. I was in such a rut. Methamphetamines really did a number on me. I got really hooked up on meth and just a lot of drugs and a lot of drinking, and it wasn't great for me. Made lots of major mistakes, of which, like I said, it's been a trigger for me, and I wish I could take some things back. I wish there's some things I could do over from my childhood, but I have forgiven myself and I've moved on, and I feel like it's a great opportunity to be an example for my wife and our children, and just show them, we all have a choice to make. So.
Well, it molds your character, with what you've gone through, and I've had my own path that I've taken, you know what I mean? And we all have. And it just kind of, you learn by your mistakes. And that's, you almost like, well, I guess I'm not doing that again. And you kind of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to mute you. We try again, Chris. Hold on 1 second, because it had a little bit of a sound in the background. That can you hear that, Brado?
I do. I thought it was me. I wasn't sure.
It's always me. Whenever there's something going wrong, it's me.
No, it's like a person's trying to come into the airwaves,
Yeah,
like a
I hear it.
conversation or something.
Really?
It's really weird. You want to pull in through? Are you on your phone, Chris, or are you
Yeah.
on you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Well, that sounds better. Whatever you just did. Oh, there it goes.
Hmm.
I don't know. Well, yeah. I was just talking to Craig Patton and some of the friends that came down. Jason Hook came down to visit me back, and I want to say it was like 96, 97, and went out for drinks. And I was at a time that I just met my biological dad, and I was kind of in a mixed up headspace and too much drinking, and it just kind of, it does trigger me too whenever I have some of my friends, whenever their view of me was this a belligerent drinking dude that just didn't know his out. I didn't have any type of like control over my consumption, I guess you could say.
I was the same.
You know what I mean? I'd have, like, if I had anything more than 2 beers, might as well have had like 8 to 10 beers or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're always trying to search for that next little buzz, and before you know it, you're like, you start slurring and staggering and doing and saying stuff, and then the next day you wake up and you're like trying to repeat the whole night in your head. You're like, oh, what did I do last night? What happened? Why can't I find one of my shoes? You know what I mean? And but yeah, you kind of go through the bumpy roads, I guess, and you just kind of learn from it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a season in my life shortly after I left cast. Um, I I don't know if you guys knew this, but I didn't know my biological father.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
I
I
didn't know that.
never met my biological father. He was a professional wrestler in Mexico, and I see that's a Mexican Coca-Cola you're drinking there.
Yep. Yep.
The bomb.
Always.
Um, but I learned later on in life, my father was a professional wrestler in Mexico, and he was an alcoholic, and so I felt like, man, I just following in his footsteps, And
Yeah.
then I had a season in, um, I'm just gonna say it, man, where in the church world, in the system of church, I got really, really hurt. I got really hurt by the leadership of a ministry. And for 3 years, I turned my back on God. And so it was three of probably the hardest years of my life because I knew the road that I was going on. I've
How
traveled that
old were you
road.
about then?
I was probably 26, 27. It was
Okay.
maybe 26, 27, 28. Right. I was
So after
right
you left,
around that age.
Taft, right? How
Yeah,
old were you left
after I
Taft?
left.
You left Taft early,
Yeah,
like
I
20.
left Taft in 90, I think it was 92 or 93.
Yeah. You had to see me
Yeah,
graduate. That's why you stuck
yeah,
around, right? You had to see me graduate.
yeah,
Make sure I do it.
yeah, yeah. But for me, those 3 years, honestly, it felt like I was like running from God or running from purpose. And I, similar to what you described, I was getting like literally blackout drunk. I would wake up in somebody's house. I'd start drinking on a Friday, and I'd wake up in somebody's house on Saturday,
Yeah.
middle of the day, where my pickup truck, my work truck, would be parked in their driveway or on their lawn.
What? On their
And
lawn.
I
Holy
I
moly.
wouldn't even know the people. I didn't even know the people. That's how bad I got. And
Wow.
my wife gave me an ultimatum: get it together, or I'm leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last thing I wanted was, to lose my marriage, and I had that intervention and straightened my life up again, and my wife and I came back into full-time ministry. But it was 3 years of me living on the couch, um, very dark, very tough.
Yeah.
Depression hit in. Anyway, but thank God I found Jesus, um, and I've been walking with the Lord since.
You always have a as they say, more of like a stronger purpose through him rather than your own purpose. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you start to go to, if I did everything that, when you have any good thought comes through him, if you were to act on all these good thoughts, you know what I mean? How successful you would be to say, then you talk yourself out of it. Like, nah, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? You're like, no, I don't want to do it. I won't do a class reunion broadcast. Who's ever going to listen to that? You know what I mean? Then here you are. So you just never know. It was just like one of those. It was like one of those things. I was talking to Shane Gentry during the pandemic, and I was like, he's like, man, I'm glad you reached out, because he had some post of like being down. So I go, hey man, hit me up anytime you want to chat. I'm here for you, bro. And so we just started talking, and then we just were like, whatever happened to, we started going down that road. And then I go, you know what? I have this accessibility because of my wife's recovery. We ended up broadcasting towards her supporters because of what she's gone through, and everyone's always asking, hey, how's Rachel? What's going on? So we started to broadcast. So it kind of happened. Like, that's how it kind of went down. But yeah, I always thought like any good thought that comes to you to jump on, and yeah, here we are. And a side note, I probably wouldn't know this, but I have a lot of social anxiety, and this is one of my fears is to talk socially with a large group and everything. So this is kind of like my own therapy of getting past that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here we are. Yeah. I not talk too much more about the drinking part, but that's when I would go to like a hang, socializing, like with a big, let me get a drink in me so I can, you know what I mean? So then I would have to get a drink or two before I felt comfortable with socializing and feeling like myself. And then the ADHD would kick in, and I would be super hyper and run around and talk to everybody in the whole place.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think that someone like that would have social anxiety. Like, well, you socialize with everybody. What are you talking about? Like, I told my sister, I think I've had social anxiety, and she was like, you really? You're the most social out of everyone here. And I go, I know. Well, you wouldn't put that together, but here we are. We had a message from how good of friends were you with Terry Campbell, Larry?
I know Terry was a year older than me. What I remember
90,
the most about Terry, I just remember he was such an awesome break dancer. Do you remember the breakdancing days?
Yeah, I thought that I was Turbo.
Yeah.
Remember Turbo and Ozone from Breakin' when he was dancing with the broom? I was in the kitchen with the broom thinking that I was Turbo.
Oh my gosh.
It was between him and Michael Jackson, and then I turned into MC Hammer, and then we just kind of left it after high school.
That's hilarious.
Did you do the breakdancing thing? Did you have cardboard out in the living room and everything, Bruno?
I did. You know it. I did. Heck yeah.
Terry says
in the garage.
Let me get back to Terry right quick. He was going to be one of our featured guests, and he's having a hard time logging in. Hold on one quick second. Sorry for the delay.
No worries, we got it.
I it's funny with Terry. He may or may not be able to join us. He he has choir rehearsal. I didn't know he was in the choir. I know he was in a. I have a image of the band that he was with. He was actually played music with Craig Patton. He was I think it was bass guitar with, for Craig Patton's band back in the day, and I think I have I had a picture of him. So this is Terry Folks on his guitar. I love this picture, by the way. I go, you should use this picture as an album cover. And then there's Terry on the far left, and then Patton there in the foreground, being badasses out in Taft, you know, just hanging out. Oh, I think we lost Burrito. What happened?
Yeah, he turned sideways for a while, and now he's gone.
And now he's gone. Yeah, we'll hopefully he comes back. Yeah, it was funny. Terry. Hey guys. Oh, it's my sister. She says, "Hello guys." It's in the private comments, so I can't show you what they're saying. And this is the band that they used to be in. Last. I think it's a last. Is that last?
Looks like a last.
Last. See, they're playing in Taft, grilled and chilled. Wait, chilled and grilled. Look at this down there. It's so funny. Yeah, they were in their own band back then. I didn't know Terry played, and Terry was he was a big dude, and he used to get into some fights here and there. And he used to tell me, he goes, "Yeah, don't work out your legs on Fridays, because you never know if shit goes down over the weekend. You don't want to have like a bad legs, you know."
Yeah.
Rito, you there? We lost you.
I'm back.
He's back.
And upright.
I was just telling Chris when I remember Terry back in the day. He was giving me some advice, Brito. You probably used to do this too. He would say, "Don't work out your legs. Don't have leg day on Friday, because you never know if stuff goes down over the weekend where you have to throw hands. You don't want to be like, yeah, but my legs hurt. You know what I mean? And you got to have the footwork, apparently.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to have the footwork.
Yeah.
You should have been like an MMA dude, Larry. I think you would have had your own following, and people would have, raised the roof for you.
I think
would you have got into like boxing or jiu-jitsu, wrestling, or anything like that?
I would have absolutely loved that. Because a lot of what I did was just instinct, I don't know. I think
you were like disciplined in a specific art, right?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like the reason I fought so much is because I was so afraid of everybody. I was like, is that weird how that works? Is that weird how that works, right? Yeah. I honestly, I feel like that was it. The reason I fought so much is I felt like I had to defend myself. Nobody was going to do it for me, and I was just afraid of everybody.
Yeah.
And that was my only outlet.
Do you think you would be more into boxing, or what would you have done?
I think MMA would have been the bomb for me.
I did jiu-jitsu for about 8 years.
I did.
I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was telling Chris, I had this dude. He's like a third-degree black belt now. Trying to think of what his name is now offhand, but not that important. You wouldn't know him anyway. But I was like, "What's your go-to move, Chris? What you used to do whenever, like, if he did this, then what'd you say, Chris? You turn this hand.
Block. You can usually get in with a circle block and then go with a knife fist. It's a sideway hit. It hits this way on the temple, and it use your whole body. You put your shoulder into it, the whole thing comes out.
Well,
basically a kung fu haymaker, but
wow. If you would just slapped him, it would have been more embarrassing for the guy. Just slap him in the face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I had one a lot of my better years in jiu-jitsu. I loved it, and I was always like paranoid whenever there would be fighting. I think that's why I was friends with so many people, because I wanted to make sure they're on my side. You know what I mean? I got to win them over and make sure we're cool. And especially with Burrito, outside of the day that I sucker punched him in the stomach. I was telling you about that, Burrito. He was
Yeah.
going through the hall, and it was after a hangover he had, and he had a
Oh,
stomach
man.
ache, and I slapped him in the stomach just to say hello, because that's what we do. And passing the hall, and then you walked forward for another like 5 feet and just stood there with your back facing me, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit! And I'm like, where can I go? I'm getting ready to find out where I can run.
Oh no.
No, but you were cool. You turned right, go,
Okay.
you just don't do it again. Just don't do it.
Oh man.
But yeah, martial arts and jiu-jitsu and all that helped me out with my confidence big time. And I used to watch fights and try to back away from it while everyone's going towards it.
Yeah.
Towards the chaos. I was like, okay, get me out of here.
Yeah.
But I think that what I liked about it most is like, oh, so if they do this, then I can do that. And then if they go there, then I can go here. And, trying to think out how would I escape the situation as opposed to, having somebody there to defend me. You know what I mean? To defend yourself. And I got to tell you, the first time I got a submission with a guillotine with a dude, I go, I'm hooked. I like this a lot.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
I eventually I'll go back. We're too afraid that I'll end up catching something and giving it to Rachel right now with the, the residual COVID thing going on. But I'll eventually go back. I figure I'd wait until I was over 50 to get back and roll with the 20-year-olds.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Chris was Kung Fu, right, Chris?
Yeah,
right?
Kung Fu. Yeah, that was my after-school job. My after-school job, I taught Kung Fu.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Chris was the highlight of my high school years. Whenever he was sparring Les Clark in the left field, I think this is like the 4th time we've talked about this.
Yeah.
It was so funny. And Les had the biggest smile. He's got the big smile, Les, and he just had the big smile on his face. Come on, Chris, I heard you could. And that you held your own though.
Yeah,
we were sparring in the left field, and we're like, oh, Chris is going to get smashed, and then no, but you were good.
Yeah, I was all right. I can barely walk now from it, but I was all right back then.
Well, looks like Terry's not going to be able to make it. We're going to have to maybe do this. Well, maybe we'll do it again next Sunday. You never know.
Yeah.
We'll get him on board. He says, he's 3 years sober. He posted a couple weeks ago, and he's turned his life around. This has turned into a turning your life around episode. How you like that? See?
Awesome.
Yeah. He's at choir rehearsal. Plays bass.
Cool.
Bass in your face. Yeah. What's that?
Oh, don't mind me. We're all right.
And we Kendall Stoner was going to. Did you remember Kendall, Brito?
Of course. Of course. We used to go to his whose garage? Holly Weaver. I think Holly Weaver's father had a garage, and we would bring a keg of beer, and Kendall and his group, Zarkoven, I think it was. I think that was the name of.
I remember a 3B Asylum, but I don't remember any of his previous. He was the first guy that I ever heard play guitar, that can play guitar. But he was playing like Metallica. He was like, just getting it. I was like, oh my gosh, how do you do that?
Him
That's
and
crazy.
Freddie Aguilera. I remember Freddie on the drums. Oh, Fred.
I got some pics, Brito. Check this out. What?
Oh,
I got some throwbacks.
Oh my god!
I had some in the can for him. Here's another one here.
Oh my gosh!
Here's an even younger one.
Baxter.
I'm gonna get Kendall next week on this. Look at him.
Oh my goodness!
Metallica. That's so
Metallica. Metallica.
Metallica.
Metallica.
Did you have a Terry story you were saying, Brito?
No.
Yeah.
I just remember the bands. I remember those parties at, I think it was Holly Weaver's house. They had a garage set up, and everybody parked in the alley. And Kendall and his band would play and just rock the place, man. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
So fun.
He worked at the shout out to Pizza Hut in Taft.
Yeah.
He was working there as a delivery driver back when he
Yeah.
had his flat iron long hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How it used to flow. You know.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, after we got off work, him, and Rob Clark, we went over to Kendall's place, and yeah, he was just, oh, let me show you a little something I've been working on, and I was just blown away. I was like, I didn't realize that, you know, he could play that well. I was like,
Yeah.
this is great. This is crazy.
Yeah, I think I remember Dennis Shin and his brother Don used to come to those gigs. I just remember I'd bring the beer. I brought a lot of beer.
You know, I can't play, but I'll bring the beer. Did you feel like you had to
it.
bring the beer because you couldn't play?
That's it, really. And I would get Sleaze Dog to buy it for me.
Where is Sleaze Dog? I
Yeah.
thought he may pop in today. I gave him what I do, folks, is I send you the link and I'll say, hey, someone's coming on, and you throw pasta against the wall, and sometimes some stick,
Yeah.
and sometimes the pasta just kind of falls down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis Shin. He actually played. Would he play with? He wrote for Korn though, didn't he? I think he wrote for Korn.
That's right.
Him and Ryan Shuck in the group.
Yep.
Shuckster.
Yeah.
I had some photos to share. Wait. Yeah. Apparently, Terry. Remember this? Remember Mr. Shane Irvin? What?
Oh my
Christmas
God.
beanie? What?
Yeah. Wow.
Terry got into some confrontations and fighting Shane Irving on 3 different occasions. I go,
Wow.
oh, did you get that all worked out? I mean, you fight 3 times? Jeez. Sounds like you have a relationship.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, there's
That's fun.
I wish you would have been able to come here to talk about this stuff, man. It's so funny. Oh, speaking of Kendall Stoner, I was watching Breaking Bad, and I see just a little bit of resemblance. Tell me what you guys think here, because I think Kendall and Jesse kind of look alike, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I could be wrong.
I see that.
I think if Kendall's face was just a little bit here, and it'd be a dead on. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I watched that.
Yeah. Did you watch Better Call Saul, the spinoff?
No.
Did you go down there too?
My son and I watched it together. Yep. When I lived in Florida. Yeah, man. I was like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, I think Breaking Bad was like one of the best series to watch. And I'm a big fan of Ozark. I'm sure you watched Ozark. Anything to do with money laundering, folks, I'm on board. You know. I'm waiting for. I guess there's that's from John Wick has a spinoff. John Wick fan too, but on I think it's Netflix. He has a spinoff of John Wick that just came out. I think it's on Peacock.
Right?
Yeah,
nice.
There's so many streams. They don't even know what's what.
I know. Yeah. I know.
Okay, I'm not to age myself too much, but I remember when there was channel 3, channel 6, 8, and 13. I think there was only 4 channels when I first remember watching TV, and then we branched up to having 11. I was so young that I didn't know what 11 was, and my dad and I was the human remote control. You know, and back in the day when you didn't have remote controls, my dad goes, "Turn it to channel 11," and I was like, "I go, what's that?" I go, "What's 11?" He goes, "Oh, 1-1."
Yeah.
That's how I learned the number 11.
Wow.
From the 10.
You know, 1-1. That's not 2. That's 11.
You talk about aging yourself, and we're all the same age anyway. It's all right.
I know.
Yeah.
Brito has us by a hair. I think. You were exact year ahead of me because you're New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Exactly. Yep.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah. What are you? 73? Were you born in
70,
73?
yeah, I was born in 73.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
I'm 72.
72?
Mm-hmm.
72, still in a room without a view. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, you have
Yeah.
lots of views. You're in a motorhome. Oh,
Actually, I do.
you still have your motorhome, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
There you go.
we're staying just outside of Appleton, Wisconsin right now. Awesome community, awesome city. My kids and my son and I actually, we went out to Oktoberfest yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, there must have been, I don't know, a couple 100,000 people out there yesterday.
Wow.
What?
It was amazing. Lots of live rock and roll music. Awesome, awesome time. My son and I just had a great time out there. Yep.
Did you see some of the guys getting hammered and you're like, oh, I remember
Oh
when
yeah.
that. And they're like, ah, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. No, I told my son, I could get used to this kind of fun, but then it's like all those bad memories come back. And I said, okay, bud, let's get some food. We got some really good
What
Chinese food.
it's
And
such a short term thing, but the day after, you're like, what
yeah,
did I do?
yeah,
Wow, I can't believe that. You know what I mean? A lot of the
yeah,
anxiety. I hate that.
yeah. We ended up eating. So we would buy a plate and split it in half, whatever it was, and it was so much fun to just go out and see the community, meet a lot of new people, and then again just listen to good music with my son. It was so awesome.
I haven't had a chance to take Rachel to the fair, but she's a big fair person. You know,
Nice.
she likes to go into the tents and go shopping at those, and see what's new, and everyone's trying to sell stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm always like paranoid someone's gonna bump into her,
Mm.
So I bring the wheelchair and I have her in the wheelchair and I use it as like a shield, and I kind of hit the front part of the wheelchair. I'm like, I'm gonna clip these people, and I'm always on the, I was but yeah, I missed the fair. And I've
Yeah.
only done it once, Brado. I had a deep fried. What did I have? I had 2 donuts, cheeseburger with donuts. Like the cheeseburger, the donuts
Wow.
played the role as the bun, and
Wow.
you have a
Yeah.
donut, you have a patty, some cheese, probably some mayo in the donut, which is gross, and then you smash it all
Mm.
together. I go, Rachel, I think I'm gonna do it. She goes, oh, don't do it, dude. I go, I wanna at least say I did it, and it's gonna
Yeah.
taste good. It's just like your
Mm.
heart's gonna probably stop for a little bit.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah,
Worth it.
fair
Oh
food, fair
man.
food.
We had Chinese. We split that. We had a they had this awesome 13-hour smoked brisket sandwich with coleslaw. Oh my gosh, that was bomb. And then we found this awesome little Mexican taco stand, and I had the cow tongue and the lengua, the lengua and the head, and my son just had the beef tacos. But I had the best from just hanging out.
You lost me at cow tongue.
Oh, dude, the
Is that
best.
good? Does it taste like
Oh
squid
yeah.
or something? What's where they're like, what do we do with the tongue?
Interesting.
They're like,
Interesting. The
somebody,
texture, it's kind of, yeah, it's weird. It's
is it
kind of really
firm?
chewy. Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. It's so good. You got
Did
to try it.
does it go in your head? Are you thinking the whole time like I'm eating a cow's tongue, or do you think like,
No,
oh, this is some good meat? You don't
no,
think of it?
nah, I don't even think of it.
Oh,
I
I think
grew up
I
on that stuff. Yeah.
cow tongue. I had menudo before
Oh, I
burrito,
love it.
and then they told me what they put in it after I ate it, and they're
Yeah.
like, I didn't want to tell you what was in it, why you were eating it, and I went to Bobby Banuelos' house there in
Oh, yeah.
Maricopa, and got introduced to menudo.
Oh,
And
man.
they thought it was
That's the
pretty
bomb.
funny once they told me it was some pig intestines that were in it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and they got a big chuckle because the look on my face is like, what? Why would you do this to me? I thought it was a prank. I go, are you pranking me right now? You didn't do that on purpose, did you?
I love that stuff. Yep, I grew up on all that.
Oh man,
Good food.
that's why you got a strong GI. So your stomach is strong like an iron. Iron skillet. Ugh. So it's raining over here, Burrito. Do you see my trees?
What? No.
I'm in the rain. I'm in the rainforest.
Oh, let me put my. Oh, what? Oh gosh.
I'm in the rainforest.
That's awesome.
So, how's your health and everything, Burrito? You were on a fitness mission, and do you run around your RV on occasion, or what do you do?
I walk. I do a lot of walking. I can't run very far anymore. No, I don't know how many times I've checked up
knees, right?
My knees. Yeah. Over and over and over from, as a 40-year-old thinking I can still run like a 20-year-old, and I would join the church softball league, and bro, I loved it. I just love competing. But I was 40 and I'm trying to compete with 20 and 30-year-olds. I can't do that anymore. I'm just re-injuring myself over and over and over, and I just finally decided I can't risk that anymore. I'd rather just walk.
Especially whenever you're trying to get to like second base and the ball's coming in. Oh, that base is mine, and you take yourself out.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, man. But my friend, I've got to jump off. My wife is telling me supper's ready. So good to see you guys again.
Yeah,
I just need to jump
good
off.
Yeah, and when we get Terry on board this next occasion or whatever, I'll shoot you a link and hopefully you come back on. Yeah.
Okay, I'd love it. Thanks for the invite. All right.
Yes. Tell the wife. You guys. Send love to the wife. We'll talk soon, bro.
I will. Thank you, guys.
All right. Take care. Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye. There you have it, folks. Larry Burrito, this stud number 3. Yeah, he was a very outspoken, very beloved human being.
Yeah,
back at school. He used to call me Body. I thought I was just always being teased of being called Rod the Bod.
Yeah, that's what I always heard you being called, Rod the Bod.
I think they're teasing us. Oh wait, we got him. Hold on 1 second. Give him an intro. He's back on. He's on board, Chris. Let's get an intro for this man. Let's get an intro for this man, folks. It is Terry Campbell. What?
What's going on?
Oh, you're here, dude. I didn't think you were gonna make it.
So sorry, man. I forgot about our time difference. That's crazy. I was running around trying to find my keys earlier in my wallet just to get on at 2:30, and it's
that's
12:30 your time, right? So
yeah. Oh, so you were on like a couple hours ago. You're like,
yeah. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart.
No worries. You just missed Burrito. He was on here.
Really?
Larry Ramirez. He came in to say hello to you.
It's been years.
I know. I was like, oh man, he right when he popped out, you just popped off.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You probably don't know Chris Walter up here.
I'm Chris.
I think
nice
that he came into the high school as you left. He came in 91.
Oh, okay.
You're class 90, right?
Yeah, 1990. Yeah.
Class of 90.
Yeah, class of 90.
Yeah. So, how have you been? Yeah, we got through talking about a lot of topics just now. Yeah, it's good to have you, man. It was a random connection on Facebook, and we just started talking. I go, man, I got to have you on here. This would be awesome to have you on board.
Yes, sir.
And it's a Sunday that sometimes the people have things that pop up they've got to go do. And you were in choir practice, you say, yeah?
Yeah. We got a banquet coming up, adult teen challenge, and we're just trying to raise money for the ministry and stuff. And so we got 12 guys in the choir, and So we're going out on the 5th.
Nice.
And we're expecting about 200 people.
So you played bass? You play bass or what?
Yeah, I play bass, guitar, drums, just wherever someone needs me sometimes for worship, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I go wherever. Right now I'm directing the choir, right? I'm not in the choir, but I'm the conductor. So yeah, Teen Challenge, you know, coming through the program and stuff, that that's what you do. You just enter the choir as soon as you're in. So
it was just like,
so now I'm the conductor now, so it's a little bit different, but it's cool.
So you mean conduct? You mean you do the thing? You're in front of them and kind of
telling them when to come in, when to come out, you know, and you know, we got to memorize the words, so we just go over and over and over the same songs.
Yeah.
And but then when, you know, we do the presentation for the program and everything, I mean, the glory of God just falls down, man, and it's something to see. You know, a bunch of ex-addicts and things, you know, gangbangers and neck breakers out just singing for the Lord, you know.
Yeah.
It just does something to you. I mean, it brings you to tears sometimes, you know, just watching, you know, and seeing it on their faces. And so it's really rewarding. It's really cool.
That's awesome, dude. Not to bring back, because you know, we haven't seen you in a long time. So what went down after high school? I saw this pic. What?
Uh-oh.
Look at those forearms, man. You look like freaking Popeye over here.
I think that was out the.
He's got the big old forearms.
Yeah, I think that was off the coast of Iwo Jima. We were having like a ceremony out there. Yeah, that was in '97. I think that Westpac that went out. I did a 6-month float. Kind of stayed off the rock of Okinawa for a year, because you know when you join the Marine Corps, you get a year in Japan, unless you get some other kind of orders. So my orders came in just in time to go and see a lot of different countries and stuff. So it was cool, really growing experience. You know, I had to grow up.
How many years were you in the service?
I did 4 years. Yes, sir.
4 years. Gotcha. Well, that's awesome, brother. Not to move ahead, but you already have somebody in your lounge that you probably haven't seen in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we already get surprises. Man, look at him. He doesn't know who it is. Let's go give him a little bit of an intro. He's a recurring member of our WiLDCaT chat. How about a little bit of an intro for Mr. Sean Reeser? What? Please, dog.
What's up, guys?
What's up, brother? You remember Mr. Terry Campbell?
Reese, what's up, brother?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too. You're in Texas, too, my brother, huh?
What's
there
going
I am.
on, Reeser?
How you guys doing?
Good, man. I'm glad you came on board. You remember Mr. Terry Campbell?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yes, sir. Good memories.
Yeah. So when did you guys first meet? What is there any did you guys
in Little League?
Yes.
Yeah.
Indians baseball.
Yep.
Sweet.
Mr. Reeser, what year did we go undefeated?
You know, I don't remember offhand.
Me neither.
That was a long time ago.
You're baking that he would know. Yeah, Reese, it was Reese. Were you a catcher too for the team, or were you?
I was a third baseman actually, and we needed a catcher, so then I caught, and the rest is history. I caught for 30 years. Basket, softball, Little League, Babe Ruth, high school, college.
You guys just missed Larry Burrito Ramirez on board. He was talking about banging his knees up and trying to play softball at 40. And
yeah.
he goes, if I love the competition, but keeping up with the 20, 30-year-olds, knees got banged up from doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've looked for fast pitch teams here, but they'd only play slow pitch, so.
Yeah, I can only play slow pitch too. I ended up getting a team together for the gym that I used to work at as a personal trainer, and I had the idea of putting a team together sponsored by the gym, and I was I was the head coach, and we lost the first season. We only won like 2 games out of 10 or something like that. And so then the second season, I had this idea, right? I go,
get some ringers.
You guys, no drinking during the game unless we are up 10 points. We're up by 10. You can have 1 drink. And we went undefeated.
Wow.
It worked.
Positive reinforcement.
Yep.
I know. Whatever works, you know?
Yep. That's cool.
So why was it, Terry, you didn't play football? You didn't play football in high school?
You know
I played.
Go ahead,
Terry?
Yeah, well, Terry, I know you did. Please. I remember the jersey, but but you were just a huge dude. I was just curious of why you didn't play football. It just wasn't your sport.
Yeah, Mr. Rod, I think I came out my junior year, and I didn't end up doing too well. You know, I was into a lot of other things, so kind of sidetracked now. Okay, and then so my senior year, I went over to North, and I played for them until I didn't make the grades.
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of you know, that's when I turned the wrong way.
Extracurricular activities went south.
Yes, huh? Yes. I look back on those things and I'm like, man, I wish I was a little bit more involved in things, you know. And you know what happened? I was a good athlete when I was younger, you know, with Reese on the Indians, and you know, I was a heck of a baseball player, but you know, as we got older, everybody got faster and I got slower.
Really?
Yeah, they started running circles around me, man. I just couldn't keep up, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
All these little dudes, you know, these little guys.
Oh, it was a tight unit with baseball, man. That team was excellent, man. They were together since we were young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there was no.
Well,
it was a good team.
Well, talking about
you guys go to state or something, Reese?
Yeah, we went to 12-year-old regionals, 13-year-old regionals, state, and 14 and 15. And Senior Babe Ruth, we went to state, and we're favored to win, but we lost 2 straight.
Reeser used to have the big stick. I remember him. I remember you hitting one out of the park, Reeser, and you told A.T. Hill, or not A.T. Hill, Coach Hill. Sorry,
yeah,
it's another Hill. But you go, I didn't even feel that one. Like I barely swung.
Yeah, when you hit the ball hard, you don't even feel it. It's like it's on a string.
You were talking to him about that. I go, whenever I hit the ball, I feel it every time.
Yeah.
I was more known for my speed, and I could catch anything that came to me. And I used to always overthrow the first baseman, so they stuck me in the outfield. I felt like I was a puppy out there because of my hyperactivity. They were like, hit him a ball, he'll go chase it. You know what I mean? And I was that guy.
Hey, you know, this is weird because of Reese being here. This is crazy because I just thought of something. We used to go like head on before the games. We'd all line up, right?
Yeah.
I was looking down the line, and I was in the line to go, you know, like Reeser was there. You know, so I tried to change places with the guy behind me and the guy in front. They weren't budging, dude. I said, you know what, man, I'm just gonna pull it full throttle, you know. And I thought, I don't know what I was thinking, man, but I went down. It was like hitting a brick wall. And nothing on you, Reeser, but I still have this thing right here. Every time I think of Reeser, because
wow. That's funny.
He's got a scar from you on his neck.
No, it's all a part of becoming a man. You know what I mean?
Right.
I used to think that when I grow up, I want to be like Reeser and have a weight belt that I would wear. And
I wear that all the time, man. I know.
You used to wear it to class. He was like Richard Nickerson with his basketball. He would be in the quad with his basketball, just holding on to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's dedication. Dedication. The good old weight room. Oh man. So where are we at? Oh, tell me more about this guy, Terry. We started talking about it. Here's a throwback pic. Ready for this? What?
Shane Irvin?
Shane Irving. And
yeah. Clint.
Chris Matheny? Is that his name?
Yes,
oh, Chris Matheny. Looks like Clint for a second.
Chris Matheny. Yeah, you said you got into some scraps with a guy. Right?
Yeah, 3 different times.
3 different times.
Yeah.
Was it over a lady? Was it over a woman, or was it like?
It was over a friend twice. The first time was in 7th grade. He was in 8th grade, and he beat my butt all the way down the hall. I mean, he really put it to me pretty good.
Yeah.
So I guess I had a chip on my shoulder after that. The next time was at a field party, and I guess I had given him like you said, I got a little bit bigger and stronger. I was kind of a brute, and I think he's got 17 stitches over his eye, or he's got a big scar from me.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a rite of passage. I mean, it was because of everybody else was egging it on. Oh, Shane said this. Oh, Terry said this.
Oh, yeah, they do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it became a big war. And when we showed up at 8th Street, it was one of those things like meet me after school and everybody shows up.
Yeah, that's how it used to be. Now people hide behind a keyboard.
Right.
There was grown-ups that showed up that weren't even in high school. They were grown men.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how many people were there. I want to say 100 or so. I don't know. I don't know if there's that much, but at least.
Yeah, there's cars parked all around and everything.
That's crazy. Was it a pay-per-view? Did you charge these people, Terry?
No, sir. I was.
You can make some dollars off of this thing.
But, someone timed it, and they said it was like 10 minutes, and that 10 minutes felt like
forever. Yeah.
I was so tired I could not walk off the 8th Street Park. The ambulance pulled up because someone called the cops, as usual, and they had to put me on a gurney and get me out of there because I was puking. And
gosh, wow.
So yeah, it was something else, I guess.
So are things cool between you guys now?
We're the best of friends. I love that guy. He's such a beautiful human being, man. It's it's unreal. He's just an awesome person, like all the way around. I haven't seen him for years, but like we always kid. Like every time I see him, hey, you want to fight?
Yeah.
I reached out to him on not only Facebook but Instagram, but I think I need to get accepted as one of his friends.
Okay.
On Instagram. I tried to stir him up. You just never know. But I then also wanted to show you this. Speaking of,
here we go.
You got one more. Tell me about this motley crew. What?
Oh man.
There's Terry. There's Mr. Craig Patton, and don't know the other 2 dudes on the right.
That is Byron. What is Byron's last name? Yeah, Forthman, and that's a drummer that the other guy's a drummer we used to use, or that we had used for a little while.
So it was the last, right?
You see here the 2 other guys changed. So it was me and Craig that kind of kept that band going, and we had different members coming in and out, kind of.
Yeah.
But
I still have those demos.
Right. Yeah. And we could never get a really, really good demo. I mean, there's some good songs and some some not so good songs, some clubs, and things
hard.
like that. But we could never get like, something worthy of sending out, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun anyway.
Yeah, I reached out to Craig yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And he said he may pop on today. But
okay.
But you never know. Like I said, he's just a piece of pasta. You just never know. No,
man, another good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, love Craig. We used to. Here's a pic of Craig. I have a queue. I end up throwing pictures on here every once in a while. So Craig came down, and I was talking to Brito about it. Oh, speak of the devil, he just texted me. Look at that. Man, I spaced it and got busy doing yard work. Just came in and saw this. Maybe we'll get him on board. Here's a picture of Craig with the Hooters woman.
Oh man, those are in the hippie days right there, huh?
Yeah. We
90s.
we ended up going to Hooters. There's me on the far right, Jason Hook and Jason Cranford on the far left.
Yeah,
there's Pat in there. Yeah, they were paid to hang out with us. So yeah.
No,
go take the picture. Hold on, let me hit him up real quick with Pat real quick. Come on. He may pop on. You never know. He was doing yard work, folks. Doing yard work.
Likely story. No,
I know. It's not like he was in choir practice. He should have a better excuse.
Yeah, right.
Than, you can't get busted saying you're in choir practice. I'm like, quit the choir. Come on. Oh, he's frozen. He's frozen in time, folks.
Oh, come on.
He's frozen in time. Time warp. Yeah, that's that.
It's probably me. It's probably my fault.
Is it your fault?
Yeah, everything that's wrong.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
So where you at now, Terry?
I'm in Kingsville, Texas, which is right outside of Corpus Christi.
I'm in Killeen.
Oh, there you go.
I've heard of Killeen, yeah. How many?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that West Texas or?
I think it's Central.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Be too far then for me. I go up through San Antonio and go up to Fort Worth to see my son, so that's kind of the gist of Texas for me, you know.
Yeah, both my daughters are here, so that's why I'm here.
Right on.
I have to remember to put the PST after PM so you know it's Pacific. I forget that we're not in California.
Only a dork would forget that.
What's that?
I said only a dork would forget that.
I know. You're all, oh yeah.
Because I forgot it. Yeah, good times.
Oh, good times, man. So, what got you into music, Terry? Were you always?
I had older sisters, you know, and back then it was vinyl. You know, they had all kinds of vinyl, and I go into the room, drop the needle down, man, and yeah, that's where that came from. Then I went through a period where I was breakdancing a little bit.
Yeah, I remember
that. Brado was just talking about this. He was he used to have some cardboard in his living room. He said,
"Yeah, right." So it got into old school hip hop for a while, and I started dancing, and I guess that's where the little bit of rhythm came, you know. So when I did pick up my first instrument, I already had that kind of in me. So I guess that's where it all.
There you go.
Took place. It was the funniest thing, though. I was a little short, fat, freckle-faced kid that would go to our basketball games, and I would battle the guys from, you know, Porterville, and they would just be laughing at me, man. But you know,
was your name MC Ginger? Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I forget what they called me.
Oh man. Yeah, I thought I was talking about it earlier.
These younger kids that come in the program. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I thought I was Turbo from Breakin'. That's why that was my inspiration. The Breakin'
What
movies.
A great movie.
I'm all he's dancing with a broomstick. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying I tell these kids that I remember before there was hip hop. You know, like there was a time they look at me like they don't have any idea what I'm talking about.
Right.
Lisa remembers the first mixtape that came out. There was a mixtape that came out. Before that, you didn't hear. There was no rap. There was nothing. I mean, it didn't exist.
And then Public Enemy and those guys.
Yep.
Public Enemy. Yes.
I still listen to metal. So.
Who have you seen any concerts lately?
Me? No. I was going to go see Rammstein, but I didn't make it.
No? Yeah, I haven't been to a concert in a while. I didn't get a chance to see Jimmy Buffett. I heard he passed last month. I saw Peter Frampton, though, back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Frampton, Tom Petty. What? Oh, Brito is saying hello. Hello, Brito.
Hello, Brito.
Hey.
I didn't check the chat. We got Nicole Berry saying hello.
Hello.
Hello, Nicole.
And my sister Jen. She says, "Happy 1st of October." It's already October. Is that crazy?
Hey, this year's going by fast.
I know. I know. Once October gets here, it might as well be January because everything goes so fast.
Oh yeah,
October gets
Christmas
here.
decorations will be out tomorrow.
Oh no, it's Brenda. It's Brenda. I know, right? Hello, Brenda, baby bean. She's an imposter. Just kidding. You guys have your Halloween costumes ready? You gonna be me for Halloween, Reeser? You gonna
sure.
put a wig on and
like Kitty the crossing guard.
there you go. I want to be the Joker. I want to go full Joker and stay in character. I was telling Chris earlier, if I dress up like something, I will commit until it's over. And I usually don't, I don't come out of character. I enjoy that. It's fun.
Yeah. Don't call me Rodney. Call me Joker.
Joker. I know we watched that in the theater when it came out, the last one. And I can't do it right now. I'd have to listen to the laugh to mimic the laugh again. But I spooked some people in the parking lot after we got out of there. Like they started jogging away from us. They're all, oh, that was creepy. Oh man. Well, yeah. Patton said he may stop in. I don't know. We'll see. You just never know, folks. You just never know.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see on board coming onto the chat, Terry? Would you?
I'd always like to see Shane.
I know.
Yeah, where is Shane?
Well, we have to do the afternoons, and he's with his kid this afternoon. I would have loved to have had him come on board for just a little bit, but yeah, he said he couldn't do it at night, and I'm caregiving for my wife at night, getting her food and everything. So it's difficult to get the timing down. Yeah, so she's been struggling, folks. So, but she's getting there. She's my little warrior princess. She had that IVC filter taken out a couple weeks ago, and it just blows me away how they are able to do stuff like that. They can went through the neck with a scope, and they're able to go down, figure out where it's at, and hit a lever on it, and close it, and pull it back out again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, oh man. She's so brave to do stuff like that. I'm like, for me, like if I have to go in to get a shot or draw blood, I'm like dreading it until it happens. And she gets full on surgery and does all this stuff, and I'm like, man, you're stronger. See, this is what it was in her side, like this. That was in her.
Wow.
It's to prevent blood clots. And
right.
Yeah, it's like little things. So it's kind of crazy.
Looks like that thing on the internet you see girls putting it on their head, the head massager.
Oh yeah,
or the thing at the arcade when you get the little toys and it comes down and clamps it and pulls it back out again.
Yeah.
So funny. Yeah. Well, yeah. Too bad we can't get Gentry on here. He was talking about. He goes, Terry would be out. He was talking about Terry. He was saying, yeah, he played with Patton, and he was talking about you do in the military. He knows your story. So shout out to Mr. Shane Gentry.
How about a Ronnie Hayes on here?
I know. I don't have him on my Facebook. I'm trying to hunt him down, but I couldn't find him.
Yeah. Kind of off the radar, huh?
I know. Some people are off the radar.
That's all right.
Maybe I'm off the radar and I can't find them. You know? Oh man. So you're working. What are you doing for a living, Terry? So you're working.
I work for Adult and Teen Challenge now.
Oh, that's cool.
In for the program, yeah, I'm an advisor out here, and I do admissions. So I'm the one that they first talk to, and I get them in the program and get them on intake, and keep in touch with the families and things, and yeah. So
that's rewarding. That's cool.
It is. I mean, there's nothing better than waking up and just like loving what you do. Not that it doesn't get stressful, because there's many different facets of the job, but it all in all, it's like I remember having to, wake up even earlier and hop on a a van out to Lost Hills or something, you know.
Yeah.
Just tore up from the weekend or whatever, and just like, man, I got to find something else to do, you know. But I do love what I do. Yeah.
You get to where you're telling your testimony a lot to the younger
Yes,
generation.
Yes, and the guys get to also, you know, after they're in their program for a couple months, we get them right out to do outreaches and stuff at different churches, and they get a chance to share. And it's a beautiful thing, man. They pull together at the sometimes when you don't even think, like, you're like, man, everything's gonna fall apart, and they're just
that's good. Good you're there for them.
Yeah, I try to be, you know. It's not me, you know. It's I have to have my time with the Lord and get filled, and
exactly.
And it's really Him who changes the heart, man. It's like all we can do is just point to Him, you know.
Right.
That's great. That's great, man. It's all for a purpose that you went through your past, and that's what created your character that you're at today.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I know we were talking about all this stuff when Brito was on here too. It's kind of a crazy day of everyone turning their lives around. It's great.
Yeah. At some point you got to, you know.
Right. You got sometimes when you don't have that guidance from somebody else helping to steer you, you got to fall through the trenches and then, you know, crawl your way out of it yourself. And you know, it creates character, I tell you.
Yeah.
Patton is going to have to catch up with us later, folks. We're going to have to do this again. We have to do it again.
Right on.
I'm sure he's got some stories to tell.
Oh man, he's such a writer, man. And
I was just going to mention he's got books. He wrote books.
He's got books, and
I got one in my room right now.
Huh. How is it, Reese? I haven't read it.
It's good.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I used to hang with him quite a bit, with him and Foster and Floyd. We used to hang out quite a bit back probably when I was about 20, like right after high school. Different clique. I used to have different cliques of friends I would hang out with. You know, what's funny is I figured it out. You know, if you can have one-sided conversation with people, like you're always reaching out to them, but they're not reaching out to you ever. So you're like, they're not interested. Let me just go hang out with these other people or another person.
Right.
Jump around till I go, they don't care. I'm gonna go over here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess I was a little sensitive towards relations. I'm always calling this person, but they don't call me. So I'll wait till they call me, but until they call me sometime, then I'm going to go over and hang out with someone else. But we used to hang out with Pat, and then good times. I always wanted to sample on his in his music. I just want to be the guy screaming in the background, you know, because he used to have a lot of angry music they used to play a lot of.
Oh yeah.
He still have a lot of bands. He had Last with you, right? Then he had one called Pig Magnet. Because they used to get busted for playing music. The cops would come over and he goes, we're like a pig magnet. You know what I mean? So he kind of went with it.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? Leaves in the Fall.
Yeah.
Leaves in the Fall. I actually have that CD in my car, and it's got a scratch on it, but I'll still listen to it every once in a while. I hear this like in the background, but I can still hear it. It's so funny. See, I'm dedicated, Craig. See? I listen to your banged up CD. Yeah. Was there another one? Was there another you said, Terry, or no?
There's a band called Hinge.
Yeah.
Hinge, and then oh man, there was quite a bit more actually.
Hey, remember Sex Art with Jonathan Davis, Dennis Shin, and Ryan Shuck?
I caught them at Cal State back in, I guess it was like 1990, 91.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they wrote the song "Blind" and
right.
A few other
I helped them set up their stuff at the Oasis.
Right. Yeah, I used to go get my hair cut from Shin. He worked. Yeah. He worked at the Lyle's. Him and Ryan worked at Lyle's, and they were beauticians.
Yeah,
training beauticians, you know. And I went to go get my hair cut because I had some locks back then, you know.
Yeah.
And, they told me about the Cal State show, so I went out there to see him. I was blown away, man. Jonathan Davis blew me away that night.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't understand it, what I was seeing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
never knew that, you know, it was going to blow up like that, or Korn.
I was on the biggest Korn bandwagon. I was telling everybody.
Oh, I still listen to Korn.
I love Freak on a Leash. My favorite Jonathan what's his name? Jonathan Davis. Right?
Yeah.
They'll probably go
Yeah.
that whole thing. I just love that.
That's pretty
song.
good, Rod.
I know it was.
I do karaoke in my bedroom when I'm by myself. I'm a closet karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love. I was talking about corn at a party once, and this lady comes into the front living room. She tosses me a can of corn, and he goes, "Here's your corn. Shut up talking about corn all the time."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get one of the first demos. It had one side had Clown, and then the other one was I'm trying to think of the other song that was on it. I remember the Oz. It was like a club in Bakersfield.
The Oz? No.
It's called Oz. It was out for a while. He said if you're in line, and they said on the radio, if you click your heels 3 times, we'll give you a free demo. And so I had clicked my heels like I was Dorothy at the Oz, and they got a free demo. Clown and Blind was the other one. Yeah, on one side was Korn, the other one side was Blind.
Right.
There you go.
Wow.
And shout out to Mr. Ryan Shuck. We're gonna get Brian Shuck back on board here.
Yeah, he's singing for Edema and plays for Julian K.
Yep. He's been on the broadcast a couple times. I have to see if I can steer him back once he's back from tour.
Yeah.
I met up with Ryan in Huntington Beach, and one time at the Aloha Grill, and Tank Abbott was there. I don't know if you guys know who Tank Abbott is. He's an MMA fighter from back in the day, and he had his UFC jacket on, and this is probably back in probably like 95 or something like that. And I was like, I don't want to make eye contact with Tank Abbott. I was trying not to look at him, but he was just the whole time he was just looking for somebody to look at him. You know what I mean? To start something with him. And I was like, don't look at him. I was all, don't look at him. I was all paranoid of Tank Abbott.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're gonna have to do this again and get the more of a click crew. Patton wants to come back, and then Kendall Stoner. He couldn't make it today either. Did you know Kendall Stoner, right, Terry?
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever play with him? Did you play music with him too?
No, but I've seen him play a lot. He was a guitar virtuoso, man. I was getting guitar class with him in high school at Taft High. They used to have a guitar class.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had rooms we would go into, and we'd act like we were studying what he was teaching us, but then we would go in the room and be playing like Motley Crue, and I'd be sitting there watching Kendall trying to learn whatever he was doing, Yeah, he's one of
I was telling Brito about it, man. He was we went over to his place with Rob Clark, and he was playing Metallica, and I've never even heard anyone play guitar before, and just blew my mind. I go, oh my gosh, this guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to break his guitar. I thought you can't play that fast on your guitar. You're going to hurt it somehow, Well, we're going to go ahead and sign off, guys. This has been great. I'm going to go ahead.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go into the private chat just in case there's some lurkers who wanted to wait for us to do this privately. If you guys wanted to jump into the private chat, we can talk for just a quick bit. Otherwise, we can, hold off till next week. But I'll be in the private chat. It's the second link that I gave to you guys. If you guys want to pop in for just a little bit, I gotta go check on the wife too. So, give us a little bit of an outro, if you could, Mr. Chris Walter, the mighty.
All right. Follow my band, the Hypnotex, on Instagram and all that stuff. Said you don't drive.
Thanks for showing Terry Reeser and also to Larry Burrito Ramirez. Until next time, guys. Hope to see you in the vault. Be in the vault in the private chat. Come on board. All right, guys. Good to see you. Until next time.